Well, good evening. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the presentation of the colors by the Leon High School Marine Junior ROTC Color Guard, followed by our national anthem. Gentlemen, please remove your mortarboards. You may replace your mortarboards and please be seated, gentlemen. All of you. Please join me in thanking Leon High School Marine Junior ROTC Color Guard. Thank you very much, Coach. Again, welcome this evening. It is so wonderful to have you all here for a very special time in the lives of these men and women who are about to be called graduates. Thank you all for taking the time to be here. I want to give a special thanks to our faculty who are here and the staff of our college who have supported these students along their journey to help them arrive here tonight. So thank you all for being here. It's my privilege and honor to welcome you to the Spring 2026 Commencement Ceremony of TSC. Tonight we're honored to be joined by the families and friends who have supported our graduates every step of the way, as well as our dedicated faculty and staff who have guided them to this moment. Thank you for being here, all of you, to celebrate this remarkable occasion. Now I will introduce our esteemed guests seated behind me, beginning with the front row from my left to my right. Amelia Parnell, our guest speaker who will be introduced later. Calandra Stringer, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Sherry Rowland, Vice President for Student Affairs. Brian Bacallao, our student speaker who will be introduced later. And members of our TSC District Board of Trustees, starting with our board chair, Mr. Eugene Lamb Jr., a former educator and coach who has served on this board since 2007. He was named Trustee of the Year in 2024 by the American Association of Community Colleges. Chair Lamb previously served as a Gadsden County Commissioner, chairing the commission from 2008 to 2010. Christian Caban, Vice Chair, is a Leon County Commissioner representing District 2 and currently Chair of the Commission. He is a proud alumnus of Tallahassee State College and Florida State University. As the owner of Wolf Hospitality Group, he oversees several well-known establishments in Tallahassee and has been recognized for his leadership in public infrastructure, youth services, and economic development. Sarah Bayless is a college admissions advisor at St. John Paul II Catholic High School here in Tallahassee, and a counselor with Game Plan College Admissions Counseling. With a professional focus on college access and student advising, she brings experience in secondary education, admissions guidance, and student advocacy. She serves on the board of directors of the Florida High School Athletic Association and is a member of the National and Southern Associations of College Admissions Counselors. Monicia Brown is an accomplished senior executive with 30 years of legal, strategic, and operational leadership across corporate, government, and nonprofit sectors. As president and CEO of her own strategic consulting business, she focuses on education policy and institutional transformation. Recognized among Florida Trend's 500 most influential business leaders, having served as a former member of the Florida State Board of Education and longtime chair of the Early Learning Coalition in our community. Monty Stevens is a partner at the Southern Group and a former deputy chief of staff at the Florida Office of Insurance Regulation. Appointed in 2021, he brings expertise in legal affairs, strategic planning, and public policy. He also serves on the advisory board for Florida Housing Finance Corporation. Suzanne Farrell Locke, chair of Faculty Senate and professor of mathematics in the Division of Science and Mathematics. John Schultz, professor of theater and forensics in the Division of Communications and Humanities. Camden Smith, chief of staff. Shelley Bell, vice president for workforce development. Amanda Clements, vice president of communications and marketing. Jason Fowler, vice president for information technology. Heather Mitchell, vice president of institutional advancement and executive director of the TSC Foundation. Steve Nettles, vice president of institutional effectiveness. Barbara Wills, vice president for administrative services and chief business officer. Thank these folks for joining us this evening to celebrate this occasion.
On behalf of the faculty at Tallahassee State College, it is my honor to welcome our trustees, administrators, staff, faculty, graduates, family, and friends to the Spring 2026 Commencement Ceremony. Congratulations to each of our graduates on this remarkable achievement. Everyone here is gathered to celebrate you. Graduates, take a moment to look around and feel the energy surrounding you. To the family and friends who encourage these graduates every step of the way, thank you. Your love and support made a difference. On the stage are the individuals whose leadership guides our college forward, ensuring we have the resources needed to help our students thrive. And seated with you are my colleagues, the dedicated faculty of TSC. Their passion, commitment, and expertise have guided, challenged, and inspired you throughout your journey. Graduates, we admire your perseverance. Think of the papers, the tests, the projects, the long nights, and the responsibilities you've balanced. Many of you juggled work and family while still making time for your education. You push through challenges and steps outside your comfort zone, and those efforts brought you here today as graduates of Tallahassee State College. You set a goal to earn your degree, and today we celebrate that accomplishment. And now it's time to set new goals and continue your growth. Please stay connected with us. We will always be cheering you on. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are so proud of you.
Good evening. I'm Sherry Rowland and have the privilege to serve as the Vice President for Student Affairs. As we begin tonight's celebration, we do want to pause and honor and remember members of our college community who passed away during this academic year. Their names are Bryce Deaton, Roderick Henry, Zaire Lyles, Cade McDonald, and Giselda Pringley. In their memory, we have placed a chair in the front row to symbolize their presence among us, a reminder of the futures they should have been here to celebrate with us. Their names will also be listed in the program. At this time, I would ask that you please rise and join me in a moment of silence to reflect on their lives and the lasting impact on this community. Thank you. You may be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce our student speaker tonight, Brian Bacayao, our 25-26 Student Government Association President. Originally from Havana, Cuba, Brian grew up in West Palm Beach, where he developed a deep appreciation for his culture and history. He is a sophomore political science major planning to transfer to Florida State University to continue his education. In his free time, Brian enjoys baseball, kickboxing, running, and reading about history. And he has been a phenomenal SGA president this year. Please join me in welcoming to the podium.
Good evening, and welcome to an unforgettable celebration of the accomplishments of the class of 2026. Eagles, without hesitation, I want to say this to you. Every single person in this room is proud of you. And with the utmost confidence, I can promise you that everyone here today, from the loved ones who supported you along the way, to the faculty and staff who guided your journey, to the leadership of this institution, feels immense pride in the incredible milestones you have achieved. Now, I want to invite you on a journey. As we go through, I ask you to think of yourself in that scenario. Picture yourself there, living it in the moment. Imagine you're sitting on a comfortable chair, a beautiful table in front of you with a pen and a piece of paper. On the top of that paper is a dream that you wrote when you were a child. Now, the task is simple. All you have to do is draw a line from the bottom of the page to the top of the page, and you will achieve that dream. As you begin, someone comes up and quietly says to you, "Be careful. If you press too hard, the line may rip. If you press too lightly, the line may fade." After they leave, fear, doubt, and frustration settle in, and you begin to ask yourself, "Can I really do this?" But despite that, you keep drawing. As you make progress, someone suddenly comes up from behind you and pulls your chair away without warning. Now you have no foundation to sit on. But you don't stop and you decide to keep going. And just as you near the top, two more people come out of nowhere and lift the table away. Now, you're left with what? Fear, frustration, uncertainty, the urge to give up, and you don't even have that nice table or chair that you once had. But even so, it's still you, that pen, that paper, and the dream that you wrote when you were a child. And you still have the chance to finish what you started. Now, this story and this journey may seem simple, but at its core, it reflects exactly what life looks like when you begin something meaningful. There will be setbacks. There will be adversity, but it's all about learning how to rise above. And through all these things, through that chair being taken, there is one very important thing to keep in mind. That this moment reflects exactly what you have done to get here. No matter what has happened, no matter how many times something has been taken, and no matter how many times things have gotten difficult, you have made the decision to keep moving forward. You have made the decision to finish what you started, and you kept drawing that line towards your goals and your dreams. As the graduating class of 2026, you in this room are a testament that despite everything that may happen, it is still possible to graduate from a respected, honorable, and world-renowned institution. You chose Tallahassee State College as your college of choice. And in doing so, you embraced a meaningful and demanding challenge, one that would ultimately strengthen you along the way. You will encounter setbacks and you will face adversity. But as you move forward, understand this. The dream you may once had started out in a simple form. But as you moved along, new perspectives, new opportunities, and new possibilities will begin to take form. Not everything will be taken from you. Some things will be added, and some things will expand your vision beyond what you first imagined. So when those moments come, and when you take into account everything that has been added, everything that you have learned, and everything that you have gained, I ask you to take that same adversity and those setbacks and use them as the driving force for your growth, rather than an excuse to give up. Because the best is still ahead of you, and you should not be surprised by what life may place in your path as you continue to grow. So Eagles, as you proudly transfer to FSU, FAMU, or the university of your choice, or you confidently step into the workforce, I ask you to be ready for what lies ahead. Because it will not always be easy. At times, it will be overwhelming, and there will be moments where giving up will feel like the easiest option. But in those moments, I ask you to keep going. Because as the courageous Maya Angelou reminds us, you will face many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so that you know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it. To the TSC faculty and staff, thank you for being the guiding hand for so many of our students. To President Murdaugh and his executive team, thank you for your strong leadership and thoughtful commitment to ensuring that our students receive the best education in the state of Florida. To our District Board of Trustees, thank you for your unwavering support and commitment to Tallahassee State College. To the families joining us tonight, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for your constant love, encouragement, and sacrifice that made this moment possible. And finally, to our graduates, congratulations. It has been the honor of my life to serve as your 2025 to 2026 student body president. Eagles, continue to overcome all adversity, never quit, and as always, continue to soar. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. We appreciate your words very much. And it is now my privilege to introduce our graduation speaker for this year, Dr. Amelia Parnell. Dr. Parnell is an accomplished higher education executive and internationally recognized thought leader regarding current issues and emerging trends in the field. She is a passionate advocate for higher education as a tool for personal development and impact. And she seeks opportunities to partner with organizations and individuals who share her sincere commitment to centering student needs. As a frequent keynote speaker at national and regional conferences, She presents on topics related to higher education, student affairs, college affordability, student learning outcomes, and institutions' use of data and analytics. She's been quoted in the Wall Street Journal, the Chronicle of Higher Education, Inside Higher Ed, and PBS NewsHour. She enjoys opportunities to teach, and she is energized by making complex concepts easy to understand. She's had enriching engagements with students and peers as an adjunct instructor and lecturer, and she is the author of the book, You Are a Data Person, which she wrote to encourage all higher education professionals to discover and embrace their unique data identity. She holds a PhD in higher education from Florida State University and master's and bachelor's degrees in business administration from Florida A&M University. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Parnell.
Good evening, everyone. Before I start my remarks, I want to thank the Tallahassee State College Board of Trustees, President Murdaugh, cabinet members, especially Dr. Sherry Rowland, faculty, administrators, staff, and everyone else who's had the opportunity to celebrate this commencement ceremony. It is truly my honor to be with you this evening. Now, I want to start by telling you that I like celebrations. I like watching college basketball teams play in March Madness tournaments, so I can see the winning team run all over the court and cheer. The NBA playoffs started a little while ago, and even though my favorite team won't be playing in the championship, I'll be watching just to see the winning team give each other high fives and celebrate their victory. I even like watching those videos on YouTube of people that I don't know being reunited. I especially like the ones where the person brings a puppy to the airport, and the puppy recognizes their loved one from far away and runs straight to them. Those reunion videos always make me smile. Of all the celebrations I enjoy, my favorite type of celebration is graduations. I like watching pre-kindergarten graduations and seeing youngsters walk in a not-so-straight line and cheer. I like watching high school graduates celebrate with their friends. And my most favorite type of graduation is college graduations. So being here with you tonight is exactly where I want to be. I'm happy to celebrate the 1,879 Tallahassee State College students who have completed their credential. I'm excited to see so many of you smiling in front of me this evening as your name is called and we get a chance to clap for you as we walk across the stage. I even see some fans with a person's picture on the front of it. I'm ready for that moment that's coming right after this. I like seeing hugs from your loved ones after the ceremony is over. And the reason why I like graduation so much is because it signals the completion of a journey. It's a dedicated time for you to reflect on everything that you have done to lead up to this moment and exhale with pride in the accomplishment of your big goal. Your journey in college required a big commitment of you. So tonight, we celebrate you. Now, I've spoken at a few commencement ceremonies, and I got the memo about what to do. First things first, don't talk for too long. Next, give a speech that inspires, but don't make it too cheesy. Offer some advice, but don't be too pushy. Give some examples, but make sure that each one of them is relatable. Speak to the graduates, but don't forget about the family, the friends, the others in the audience, because they're listening too. And if you can be funny, that's a bonus. With all that in mind, I have advice for you, and it starts with an airport story. Now, this story is going to have twists and turns and thrills and chills, and it'll be set up for 3 pieces of advice that I have for you. I chose an airport story because I see a connection between an airport and a college. An airport is a highly complex and coordinated place where everyone has a role in helping people from all over the world get to their destination. Everybody, from the pilot to the gate agents, to the baggage claim staff, to the air traffic controllers and flight attendants, they all work together to make sure that wherever we're coming from, when we get to that airport, we can take our journey anywhere. A college is also a highly complex and coordinated place where everyone has a role in helping students from all over the world get to their destination. Everyone, from the president to the faculty to the advisors to the groundskeepers and the bookstore staff, all work together to make sure that wherever students are coming from, when they get to this college, and let me be specific, when they get to Tallahassee State College, they can take their educational journey anywhere. About a year ago, I visited a university in the New York City area. After the visit was over, I went to the airport to catch a flight from New York City back here to Tallahassee with a connection in Atlanta. It was wintertime and the area had just gotten a little snow a few days prior, and I can appreciate a winter wonderland, but I was ready for some sunshine. So picture me at the gate and ready to board when the gate agent said the flight would be delayed about 15 minutes. I originally had a 1-hour layover in Atlanta, which meant that after I landed there, I would have an hour to get to my next gate and board the plane to Florida. I didn't worry about a 15-minute delay because I had time to spare. So I relaxed and I went back to scrolling on my phone. I was probably looking for airport reunion videos with puppies. About 15 minutes later, the gate agent said the flight would be delayed by another 15 minutes. At that point, I decided to put on some comfortable shoes just in case I might have to speed walk in Atlanta. I should also give you an additional detail. For about a week prior to this trip, I was receiving 2 to 3 spam calls each day from a phone number with a 404 area code, which is from the Atlanta metro area. The spam calls were offering me an extended warranty for a car that I no longer have. After the first call, I ignored the rest of the calls for several days. Filed that detail away for a few minutes. Now back to my story. When we got to the plane in Atlanta, we had another delay. By the time we landed at Concourse A, my flight to Florida was already boarding in Concourse D. Now, if you've ever been to the Atlanta airport, you know that presents a challenge because that meant I would have to take a bit of a journey. I'd have to take the plane train just to get to Concourse D. I have to go all the way through Concourse A, take an escalator down to the train, wait for the train to arrive, take the train 3 stops to Concourse D, take an escalator up to Concourse D, and then move quickly to the assigned gate. It was a big goal, a clear goal, and I had to get moving. So I started running as fast as I could, wearing a big old heavy winter coat coming from New York, dragging a carry-on suitcase and a laptop bag through a maze of people. I was sweating, I was tired, and when I'd almost reached the escalator in Concourse A to get to the train, my phone rang. It was from a 404 area code. Now you know what I'm thinking, this is not the time for spam calls, so I ignored it. I kept on running. The escalator was in sight. And just before I was about to get on the train, the phone rang again from the same number. I decided to answer. How am I doing so far? I'm locked in. With a very heavy breath, I said, hello. And the person said, is this Amelia Parnell? I said, yes, I'm very tired. Who is this? It's not a good time. He said, this is John from gate D4. And I'm calling to tell you that we're boarding your flight to Tallahassee. But if you can get here soon, we'll wait for you. I straightened up and changed my voice. I said, yes, it's me. Please don't leave me. Wait for me. I'll be there in just a few minutes. Please don't close the door. Now I have a little bit more pep in my step. I'm excited. I might actually make the flight. This is the part of the story where the music from that movie, Rocky, might start playing in the background. I was all excited. I took the escalator down. I got on the train. And just as the doors to the train were about to close, someone tried to squeeze in. Now, have you ever been on an elevator and someone says, hold the elevator, and they stick their leg in? They probably should have done that. How about a suitcase? This person stuck their suitcase in the door and it jammed it, and the door would not close. And I had to wait until we had about 5 or 10 people try to pry the door open enough to get the bag through. Now, I know that John in gate D4 said that he would wait for me, but he didn't expect to wait for that much time, and I was certain I was going to miss this flight. Another minute or two passed, and the door finally closed. I got off the train to D Concourse. I moved quickly up the escalator and ran even faster to the gate. I was out of breath. I was tired. When I got there, gasping for breath, I saw John and a closed door. I said, John, I'm Amelia Parnell, the woman that you called. You said you'd wait for me. John could see the desperation in my face, and he smiled. I thought he was laughing at me. I thought he was making fun of me. And in that moment, I heard someone behind me say, hi, John, now that she's here, would you open the door so we can get on the plane? I turned around and it was the pilot. He said, we knew you were on the way and we had some extra time. This is the last flight to Tallahassee and we didn't want to leave you behind. Let's go. I couldn't believe it. You all, this never happens. Never happens. I gathered my breath. I thanked him and John. And just to add to this unbelievable story, I have to tell you that when I got on the plane, the flight attendant said, "We saved some space in the overhead bin for you. Would you like some water?" I put my bags away. I sat in the seat. I sipped the water. I exhaled and smiled. Now, in case you're wondering, I don't know that pilot. I don't know John. I was not sitting in first class. I don't have a family member or a friend who works for the airline. I was just regular Amelia. And that coordinated effort between the pilot and John and the flight attendant helped me in an unbelievable way. I'm so glad that John called. I'm so glad the pilot waited for me. This airport story made me think about all of you as graduates today. You've been on a journey. Now, my journey was just a few hours on one evening, but yours has been for several semesters. I was only carrying a suitcase and a laptop bag, but you carried class assignments, jobs, caring for children, caring for loved ones, and so much more. You navigated college, which is way more complex than an airport terminal. You did that while dealing with early morning traffic, shifting work schedules, and late night study sessions. You've already shown that you can reach your goal. As you think about the next part of your journey, I have 3 pieces of advice for you that I offer in the context of this story. Now, the first 2 things might be a challenge because I recently read a study that said 1 in 3 people would prefer to send a text message than to call somebody on the phone. I think that number might be right. It might actually be higher. I mean, how many people in here have already decided that you're going to be screening all your calls? Somebody in here has already sent 2 people straight to voicemail in the last hour. But here's my advice. If there's someone who looked out for you when they knew you were in school, call them or text them. It might be a friend or family member who said, "I know you're in school. I just wanted to help you." That's the person to call. It might be the professor who put an encouraging note on your graded assignment. Call that person or text them. Part of your journey in this moment happened because someone was thinking of you before you reached your goal. If you can, reach back out to them and let them know you're thinking about them too. Number 2, if you receive a call or a text, to help someone else, answer the phone if you can. For example, I'm sure someone in here had someone in your class who's not quite finished yet. They're planning to graduate and planning to be in this auditorium next semester. They're on the way to completing the degree, but they're not quite there yet. If they reach out to you, answer their call. I promise, when you see the impact of your kindness on their journey, it will make you smile. And the third one, this is just for you. Celebrate this moment often. The moment you've been excited about to walk across the stage will happen in just a few minutes, and it will be fast. I want more than that for you. I told you I love graduations. So, if you haven't already, take a selfie in your cap and gown. Set a reminder for a week from now to look at all the pictures from today. You waited for this moment. Celebrate it again. When the recording of this ceremony is available, watch it and listen to your name being called. You worked hard for this moment. Celebrate it again. And when you update your resume and change the education section to add your registered apprenticeship or certification or continuing workforce education and training or lifelong learning or certificate or associate in arts or associate in science or bachelor of science or bachelor of applied science, clap for yourself. You earned this moment. Celebrate it again. Tallahassee State College graduates, wherever your journey takes you next, I wish you lots of happy memories, lots of big and small celebrations as you go to your next destination. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Parnell, for those words of wisdom. The graduates of Tallahassee State College represent a wide spectrum of educational achievements and aspirations. Many of these academic and co-curricular experiences are reflected in their regalia, including the stoles and medallions they proudly wear. While we cannot name every activity or organization individually, we gratefully acknowledge and honor the many academic teams, clubs, programs in which our graduates have participated in during their time at TSC. So at this time, I invite you to join me in a round of applause for our graduates for their dedication and their engagement. Now,
I ask for all candidates for degrees and certificates to please stand. Students, please stand. President Murdaugh, on a recommendation of the faculty of Tallahassee State College, I am happy to present to you these candidates who have fulfilled all requirements for the Bachelor of Applied Science for Business Administration, the Bachelor of Science for Elementary Education, the Bachelor of Science for Exceptional Student Education, the Bachelor of Science in Nursing, the Associate of Arts degree, the Associate of Science degree, Program Certificate, and Career and Technical Education. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. Graduates, you may be seated until the marshal requests your roll to rise and proceed to the stage. I now ask for John Schultz to come forward to call the names of the graduates. Also ask the president to join the trustees to be able to congratulate the graduates as they come to the stage.
We request that you hold your applause until after all graduates have received their degrees so that every name is heard by those in the audience. Graduates, please remember to bring your card with you to the stage. As we call your names, please come forward to be recognized and congratulated by President Murdaugh and our members of the District Board of Trustees. A photograph will be taken with the President. Jacob Arnaldo. Kaylee Arnaldo. Allison Dillmore. Cristina Castaño. Monet Bellamy. Nicole Paulberg. Peyton Weaver. Mallory Ann Kinsey. Ruby Sexton. Emma Birch. Jade Aja Blackman. Kamaya Leland. Ava Catherine Lahan. Ruby Letchworth. Carmelia Lacey. Rekarsha Miller. Howard Ashley. Michael Rudell. Karina Ilana Jackson. Quateria Smith. Barbara Alfaro Garcia. Clydasia Thomas. Tasha Thompson. Candace Nicole Henry. Robbie Cooper. Brianna Riley. Abby Townley. Jake Wyrenga. Jada Johnson. Elena Cruz. Tyler Harvell. Emma Felix. Cademan Michael Sprague. Alexander Coffey. Bishal Ale. Brian Bacquiao. Shaylin Anderson. Marissa Abarca. Bailey Anna Albritton. Scarlett Abraham. Stephanie Angera. Mariah Anderson. Kimberly Alas Hernandez. Sydney Anderson. Deasia Rochelle Arnett. Ana Abanz Leon. Dominic Joshua Ngeo. Alexis Alexander. Amaya Allen. Sahil Alve. Braden Butler. Michael Baber. Kyle Brennan. Corey Bratton. Emery Benson. Kaylin Kaylin Jalea Baker. Tanyel Barnes. Talia Brown. Jada Banks. Jaheem Tamir Banks. Patrick Bird. Tyler Griffin Boone. London Bridges. Julie Allison Balcom. Christian Balen. Lavante Bryant. Jaden Bryant. Denise Baker. Jasmine Brookins. Shanias Bellamy. Kyla Barksdale. William Blenman. Kayla Baptiste. Alyssa Bowman. Vernon H. Butler III. Danielle Nicole Bird. Quandra Browning. Jasmine Brown. Elizabeth Booker. Christian Birch. Janiyah Banks. Ion Bellamy. Emma Beckman. Mariana Jolie Borgella. Zanaya Bentley. Luvison Manassi. Joshua Britt. Niall Bryant. Nija Barron. Caitlin Chambliss. Josiah Donald. John Lilly. Brandon Wolf. Aaliyah Shakiria Brown. Candace Denise Carumity. Javion Crumedy. Moises Chacon. Letitia Lachey Cooper. Terrence Chisholm. Harmony Crowley. Katrina Carey. Lauren Collins. Jenna Cross. Jackson Crow. Sochi Coca. Adrian Cruz. Mitchell Crum. Jared Coleman. Tony Caruso. Gabrielle Carr. Jack Coetzee. Kiera Crenshaw. Alexandra Cartagena. Jacqueline Kayahas. Kendra Chooks. Lijavante Curry. Alyssa Victoria Colon. Nicoya Claire. Morgan Craig. Alyssa Carroll. Anna Elizabeth Christie. Brinson Crow. Leighton Crow. Tajara Armstead. Adriana Conjusta. Lawson Conrad. Meredith Cameron. Christine Childers. Abby Castor. Gianna Cortez. Adelcia Yasmin Chevalier. Jennifer Perkins. Samantha Campbell. Mia Cordero. Kaylin Comer. Blondine Conserve. Zoe Cook. Fresney Darjensen. Cameron Davis. Nikisha Davis. Dejanae Davis. Nicolette Simone Davis. Maria Luisa Coelho de Oliveira. Jessica Dawes. David Jamarian Davis. Evan DeGraff. Sandy Dereldeek. Ahmad Dereldeek. Brittany Lachey Davis. Leslie Dean. Paulina Stephanie Delced Hernandez. Shelby Delval. Kylie Sierra Demps. Jakesia Denson. Harley Derrickson. Jovan DeSena. Daniel Hugh Dias. Jordan Dickey. Zion Dixon. Chance Alexander Donaldson. Noah Durkins. Justice L. Devers, Sr. Cecilia Dixon. Sadea Dawson. Serena Ernst. Kiera Celeste Ingram. Mako Escobar. Jordan Elliott. Hayden Fringer. Luis Alberto Fuentes Laura. Alencia Ferdinand. Ryan Fisher. Kimberly Jahan Ford. Ashley Ford. Ramaya Franco. Megan Finley. Jared Fryer. Alyssa Marie Ford. Isabella Feju. LaQuasia Franklin. Talia Fisher. Antonia Frazier. Alexander Fisher. Jakayla Ariel Ford. Zayla Gilmore. Kayla Gillum. Kelia Brianna Gaffey. Monica Gray. Rory Tobias Gibbons. Ariel George. Logan Gregory. Madison Griffin. Gina Gamba. Alicia Aisha Green. Jayla Gordon. Darren Garrett. Knowledge Grant. Mariela Galavis. Ellie Grecian. Laquana Gibbons. Robiesley Garcia. Abbott Gauger. Maria Garcia. Chase A. Golden. Tyrese Golden. Savannah Griffith. Ariel Gibson. Brielle Gray. Davion Marquise Gallume. Zabdil Garcia. Marcus Landon Gardner. Cadence Hughes. Melanie Humphreys. Tyvasia Harrell. Celeste Hernandez. Marcellus Holmes. Latoya Harrison. Morgan Harris. Tiana Jocelyn Hunter. Jackson Cash Hopkins. Kiani Jashay Howell. Mercedes Howell. Abigail Harper. Natori Hannah. Alasia Holmes. Kate Harlacker. Kirsten Janae Hall. Crystal Gale Hunter. Persia Harris. Crystal Harrell. Jamie Rashay Hart. Valentina Herrera. Christy Howard. Salchicha Hearns. Zycaria Harrison. Virginia Ann Hernandez. Brent Cameron Hazelton Glenn. Saja Halom. Margaret Hill. Malaya Hughes. Aiden Hyatt. Consuela Hall. Shanessa Harris. Mordecai Israel. Tadeja Williams. Hazel Quijada. Shania Mitchell. Kendriana Kajus. Janaya Webster. Kevin Perrine Jones. Sue Johnson. Armani Jackson. Darius Jacobs. Carter Johnson. Ajayi Jenkins. Anthony Brichet Johnson. Lakeisha Jefferson. Kafil Jefferson. Sean Jessame. Lenora Johannes. Casey Johnson. Brittany Johnson. Theron Jackson. Kaylin Jackson. Deanne L. Jackson. Kinsha Prashay Jones. Jessica Jemett. Hadley Jones. Diana Joseph. Austin Kraft. Quanisha A. King. Bailey Cool. T. Ariana Kirkland. Kishani Johnson. Ruben Jaimez. Cedric Johnson. Cheyenne Jackson. Desiree Johnson. Sherry Jones. Juliana Camille Jackson. Zachary Lee. Taraya Love. Avery Acrute. Austin Lindauer. Shanovia Lumpkin. Brianna Alicia Louis. Whitney Lamb. Doris Lawton. Mark Lamore. Alexia Mitchell. Audra Mason. Luis Maresca. William Munez. Jalen Leslie Moore. Anthony Lau. Danielle Brooke Lewis. Samantha Leon. Mackenzie Alexis Lowe. Madeline Leonard. Aubriana Lynn Mock. Presley Morris. Kaylee McIntosh. Azira McCurdy. Zephyr Manning. Alonzo Miranda Terrado. Simon Murillo. Ember Meadows. Nyla Moore. Denaria Monroe. Monisha Lashante McLaurin. Yulisa Maldonado. Sarah Methelus. Ashley Malfers. Riley Michael. Maya Muir. Mahala Jewel McDonald. Taisha Murray. Shauna McGinnis. Sophie Mullins. Tavoya Antonique Murphy. Kaylee Marin. Ayana Much. Janaya Chanel Maps. Quendarius Manning. Stacy Murphy. Charlene Marshall. Leonia Renee Much. Luis Medina. Ikemba Montgomery. Josiah Otley. Janaya Otley. Eliana Oki. Andrew Victor Nelson. Maxwell Noland. Van Fong Nguyen. Kathleen Nguyen. Anthony Nash. Jenny Therese Nogel. Perla Nahera Leonides. Inacia Nagaser. Amari Parker. Caitlin Hulk. Noah Hulk. India Maya Oakley. Tyson Pike. Tariq Peterson. Laishka Popoka. Brayla Pacheco. Kalichi Ogaledo. Sophie O'Donnell. Michaela Elise Pruitt. Jada Parker. Caitlin Peltier. Pauline Philippe. Veronica Puccini. Amanda Howell. Nolan Proctor. Madeline Penny. Leanna Pabst. Hannah Petner. Whitney Petty. Zaire Alexandria Reynolds. Queenie Nitel Renee. Erikel Quintana. Layla Pompey. Victoria Palin. Peyton James Pafford. Diamond Imani Denise Patton. Rosalind Pierre. Rudra Patel. Tatiana Nichelle Moore. Elijah Emmanuel Pantaflet. Jaquandra Alexis Pritchard. Latoya Renee Robinson. Isabella Natalia Ramos. Stephen Robinson. Deja Lene Rocker. Isabella Robinson. Bree Rodriguez. Corey Rozier. Charlotte Francine Rhymes. Madison Ruiz. Amari Newton Robinson. Anna Rump. Xavier Robinson. Gabriel Rios. Miracle Rents Black. Kristen Richardson. Christopher Rose Jr. Ivy Rogers. Gian Lucas Rugliancic. Nasha Renee Stevens. Caden Riviera. Jeterica Richardson Parker. Kaylin Beverly Stallworth. Jalil Denise Smith. Sadie Priscilla Stevens. Kaylee Grace Sanders. Madison Singletary. Mary Grace Elizabeth Saylor. Xavier Smith. Josiah James Sampson. Nicola Tequila Sharp. Marco Sayan. Lily Schmidt. Justin Robert Smith. Mallory Spates. Carlon Safralian. Diago Jafet Sanchez Ortiz. Elijah Dion Smith. Michaela Shorter. Caleb Smith. Christopher Streeter. Margarita Solis. Alexis Sanchez Perez. Abigail Stout. Zaria Stewart. Azaria Taylor. Makaya Kaylin Tuiano. Sierra Stone. My Joy Stokes. Marvinita Simpson. Michaela Smith. Micah Lena Scott. Taisha Renee Sharp. Monica Sawyer. Keon Smith, Jr. Anna Laura Ventura. Janaya Walker. Aliana Thompson. Ariana Andrea Page Thompson. Jesse Turner. Derek Townsend III. Walter B. Magic Thompson. Zandria Thompson. Katia Brienne Toth. Trudy Thomas. Breon Thomas. Yasmin Shabana. Quandranaya Walton. Gianna Walker. Charlandria Williams. Dominique Wright. Gabriel Wagner. Lexi Wright. Yinsel Vasquez Angel. Madeline Faye Valenzuela. Brianna Vasquez. Alexandria Van Zorge. Maria Valenzuela. Amaya Suzanne Wilkins. Serenity Williams. Cedric Donnell Williams, Jr. Bria Williams. Jari White. Adriana Wisnett. Anna Wiggum. James Henry Wheeler. Tiffany Washington. Jadzia Warren. Sienna Bella Wardlow. Alice Wu. Jason Wright. Aliyah Tiara Ray. Leah Natasha Wooten. Emily Woodall. Jayla Wooden. Arden Winters. Jason Wilson. Mia Willis. Aubrey Willis. Addison Wolf. Ali Morabito. Mallory Collier. Ava Schreiber. Lauren Reifenberg. Reagan Wheatley. Aubrey Alonzo. Josephine Falk. Samantha Addison Yawn. Ebony Young. Reed Antonio Yan. Joseph Woolley. Meta Calderon Hernando. Dekiria Armoni Hover. Joniria Norris. Saley Clevel. Louise Silva Coltu. Kayla Casanel Jelu. Jalea Hernandez. Boston Edgerson. Chanel Ine Gardner. Anaya Lurie. Nasha Fountain. Aaliyah Brown. Ariana Van. Janelle Carty. Kiera Bryant. Kosi Philomena Ekesi. Julianne Thomas. Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, friends and family, your Tallahassee State College graduation class, Spring 2026.
Graduates, please stand. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the State Board of Education and the District Board of Trustees of Tallahassee State College, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree or certificate with all rights and privileges thereto appertaining. And now, as graduates of Tallahassee State College, you may move your tassel to the left side. And you may be seated.
Congratulations, graduates. My name is Heather Mitchell, and I am here representing the Alumni Association. So in each of your seats, well, hang on, before we do that, how many of you are going to be leaving Tallahassee State College to go to Florida State University? Go Noles. How many of you are leaving to go to FAMU? How many of you are leaving to go to work? We're proud of every darn one of you. In your seats, you each got one of these. It's an alumni pin. I'd like for you to take it off the card, stand up, and pin the person next to you. Brian? You have now just joined a collection of 200,000 people worldwide that can say that they graduated from Tallahassee State College. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are so proud of you.
I would like to offer my personal congratulations to each and every one of you graduates. You've already heard this more than once, but your perseverance paid off. So congratulations to you as you get ready to embark on your next part of your journey. I want to thank you for choosing Tallahassee State College. Also want to continue to express appreciation to the parents and the guests who attended today. And I'd like for you to join me in thanking the Capital City Band of TSC, conducted by Lisa Foltz, for the music this evening. Thank you so much. With that, if you will remain in your seats as those of us on the dais proceed out of the auditorium. Thank you again for being here, and congratulations.